He who controls the fool's gold controls the fools. If we, as all of the people in this room, if we took our money and put it into a bank, and let's say we put $10 million into the banks, and then they took that $10 million and through this system, magical system called fractional reserve banking that was created through the financial matrix, they can take that 10 million and they loan out 100 million. $10 million of real money is turned into $100 million of debt money. That means 90 million of it is just debt money. It's created out of thin air. When they give you a mortgage on your property, you think that that money came from other people putting money into the bank and they loaned it to you. But most of it actually was created out of thin air, and yet you've got to work for 30 years to pay back what they created out of thin air, digitized debt. Does that bother anybody else? When I began to understand this, I'm like, what? They loan us fool's gold, and we have to pay back in real gold. Can you just digitize money and send it back to them? First time I've seen the Wall Street Journal in a year. And I'm looking at that, and they're like, the best minds from the brightest schools are now sitting there. How much money are we going to create and put into the economy to stimulate the economy through quantitative easing, to make it easier for money to flow through the economy? It's something cool that doctorates discuss if you do it for the federal government and the banking system. If we as citizens were say, you know what? Let's tell the government we don't need their quantitative easing. Let's ease it ourselves and let's print monopoly money. You know, produce yourself $1 million, ease the economy, save the world. If we did it personally, we'd all be thrown in jail. They win the Nobel Prize for printing money. We get thrown in jail for printing money. Does anybody see a disparity there? That's because it's the matrix. If you're the ones in control, it's legal to do what you, as a citizen, it's illegal to do. Justice has no eyes. Justice does not see people. It sees it's right or it's wrong. The financial matrix is wrong. When you realize that the debt of the world is not by accident, it's by profit. Their profit is our pain. The American Psychology Association did a study recently, and this study revealed that 72% of Americans go to bed at least once a month worried about money. Over 50% said that they worry whether they even have enough money to make their bills that month. Is anybody else concerned when half the people in the United States of America, because of debt money, no longer have real asset money, and the value of the money changes at the will of those in power? Their statistics say that if you took a dollar bill, put it in a box and buried it, your grandfather did that, you come back 100 years later, pull that dollar out of the ground, what used to be able to buy a dollar's worth of value now buys 4 cents 100 years later. The financial matrix has siphoned off 25 times your value. It takes $25 today to buy what $1 used to buy in 1913. This is catastrophic. But the financial matrix never rests. Every night you go to bed, the financial matrix siphons off more money from you. It's the most powerful form of control ever created. The fact that more people aren't asking, what is the financial matrix, merely backs up what the movie The Matrix said. They said the system is so perverse that people will fight for the debt system. They will fight to protect the very thing enslaving them. Do you know what's absolutely nuts about the financial matrix? The financial matrix is the only matrices ever created that doesn't coerce people into their enslavement. When you were a slave, you knew you were a slave. They forced you to be a slave. When you were a serf, you knew you were a serf because they forced you to live on the land to protect you from other lords that would attack. But when you're a subject of the financial matrix, you sold yourself into it.
Stop. Let me out. Let me out.